Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and today we're going to talk about the wall control. What it is pretty much a pegboard. That's what it is. It's made of aluminum, made in the US, and on top of that, has hundreds of different ways of adding things to your pegboard and making sure it's accessible for all your tools and everything else. So today we're going to talk a little bit more of what I like about it and what I didn't like about it. So let's get right to it. And if you guys are looking for something like this for your shop, maybe you want to think about something like this. It's simple. To set it up, it took two people, one to hold it, one to mark it, and then to drill it. So just to let you know off the bat, it's a little heavy. We're talking about, under 40 pounds to lift the box itself. It comes with three of them. There's three, 1, 2, and 3. Those three are just in the level in the one box. If you notice all the accessories that I have in place right now, we're gonna talk about it and what you guys get when you buy something like this. But just to let you know, it's pricey, but it might be way better than what you have right now. Because if you have those wooden ones, they kind of start, curving with the they're not made for weather. And this is pretty much, it comes in different colors, stainless steel. It's ready to go. It's covered with the mesh. If you guys see the black I have, black and blue, that's what I choose to get. So let's take a look at it and see what you guys think. So you guys make sure that you are center and the bubble is right in the middle. You know what, it's a little bit off sometimes, but I'm okay with it. There it is. So that's kind of in the middle. It goes all the way to the top, if you guys can see. So first of all, what I recommend you guys is making sure you line up the holes first. And this is a 2 people job right here. So we marked them, all of them. If you guys can see, we mark one here, and we're about to mark the other one on this side right here. This is from the old one that I used to have. So it's gonna go all the way to the top, and on the top I do have wood, so I know it's gonna be hanging from something strong. If you could find the actual studs, it'll be a great thing. So first of all, we're doing one hole here, and we hammered this in with a rubber mallet. Go ahead, to make sure it's nice and flat, and then we start the next hole. Go ahead and do the next. Here we are. We're gonna make the first drill on the drywall, and of course these are drywall screws that we have along with the plastics input. And we don't want to go in all the way because then we're gonna hit the insulation. So once we get that going, we end up putting the peg in there, or whatever it's called. I don't know the name of it. So here we are. We're gonna finish up the screws. So you guys can see it's about 4 feet. They say that 4 feet long, 4 feet wide. Pretty much on the money. We got 2 sets of 3 because we want to make sure that we get the right angle and make sure all my tools are hanging from the right place, and also give us some good looks too. I mean, I choose the black one. I'm gonna go with black and blue. And great thing about this, these are magnetized, of course. So if you have some magnetized tools or something you want to align besides the pegs, it's another option. I freaking like this. Well painted, well finished. Pretty strong now. I have it up there. It's pretty strong. I have anchors up there, of course, with the wood. Those are my main ones out there, and the rest is through drywalls. So it's gonna be well secure from the up down. But like I said, if you find the actual studs where you could actually set up, it's a great option. But the reason I put it in here is because I actually don't have the space, so I want to make sure it's on this area before I condense. So this is the human size that we're gonna put. Right now I'm just basically just putting a couple pegs here and there. Pegboards, they're pretty stable. There is a little gap I messed up on this one, but we're gonna put in between, maybe some cover it up so you won't see this gap, of course. I was concerned more about these gaps, but it's the deformity of the metal. I mean, if you guys see it is lined up, it is balanced. I did balance it out, so the deformity of the actual metal, it kind of gives you a little gap here, and you see how it turns off. It kind of stretches out, opening here. So overall, it's stable enough. I'm gonna start adding more things. Like I said, I'm marking everything, make sure it's lining up to its point. See it, the bubbles right in the middle. So everything is exactly how I want it to be in size. But now we're gonna start putting all these pieces together and make sure that we have everything covered for our tools. So that's the next step right now. And we got it choosing black for because I like the color blacks, but just that gap right there. I could put tape in there and get rid of it, but I might have to push it in a little bit, touching a little bit more further in. But so far you're probably not gonna see that gap, but as a perfectionist, some people do. So overall, these are 2 sets, and they come in set of 3s, and each one is like almost it's not 4 feet, it's like 3.5 feet. So metallic. I actually put a peg wrong here, and it started scratching it, and you can actually see through it. If you guys can see it, just a little scratch here, but you might have to see this at every shop that you go if you want to rearrange this. So that's another thing you got to worry about. So let's continue on adding everything. All right, let's take a look at it first of all. So we're going to talk about these pigs right here. See this? They're awesome little pigs. I got a bunch of these, and what they are, I'm going to show you one of them right here. And this is pretty much a pig, how it looks like on these. But this is accessible, and it could be, you could add your own personal pegs because it has the little punch holes if you guys see them. So they have multiple little layers, and it's patented from the company itself. So if you guys want to, you can make your own, you could print your own, or you could punch down your own. But this is pretty much how they look in the back. And the good thing about it, I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate something. So you sink it in there, and you see these two, they balance it out, and they pretty much, so anything you have in there, it's really tight. To take them off, it's just a matter of just pushing up and back out. You have to actually sink it out. It took a while because these are brand new, so you got to mess around with them. It has a safety mechanism, this last curve right here, that it doesn't attempt to fall down. It kind of even hangs by there, so it's a good thing. And we're going to tell you what you get with this right now. Pretty much you get a box set of these, and what it is just basically you can put your screws, extra accessories. To set it up, it's pretty simple. I got so many multiple little pegs leftovers that I haven't even set up. If you guys see the hammer one up there, I set the hammer up. These are awesome, and they give you extra ones. So let me tell you about these extra ones. These are not made for these things. It's just you can pretty much put your board on them. They're made for like a wooden board. If you have a wooden board, might as well just add it in there, or you want to hang something in there, you can. Pretty strong, definitely strong. I actually tied it down to the actual wood up there, so it's hanging from there. I did find one of the studs in the middle, and I was able to handle it in there. This is pretty much made for, I'm not sure how many pounds it is, but I wouldn't add too much weight as it is, you know. But tools are fine. You can hang your tools. Everything's gonna be accessible. I haven't even started setting these up yet. I have so many tools, I'm gonna have to put them in here. But I started on my drills, of course. I want these are the most useful drills I have here. So every time I need something like that, just pull it up and ready to go. See how I'm talking about? It's hanging there. It doesn't fall completely. So the thing is made for that, not to fall down. It's made this. It's supposed to go like this, but when you lift it up, it doesn't fall until you completely lift it the other opposite way. So that's a good safety mechanism for anybody that has extra heavy tools. You don't want them to fall on your head or something like that, which is good. So right now, pretty much I placed it in here. It hangs in there. It's pretty tight, pretty secure. I'm not putting these things over my head. I don't trust the system yet. I'm still getting to know it. But it comes with multiple different ways of setting up your tools. But this is how I have it pretty much right now. Right now, as I currently speak. That one up there is so high, I just didn't know where to put it. And I actually need my 3D printer right next to me, where I'm going to be printing some stuff. And then I have another 3D printer that's going to go on this side too, on this side in particular side. So I want to keep anything that's going to be hitting, any obstacle course that's going to be hitting some of my printers. I just want to keep it higher than me. So this is pretty much how I set it up. Simple, easy to set up. Like I said, it took 2 people, one to hold, one to mark. You could do it yourself, but I don't recommend you if you're gonna line it up. Now, the only bad thing, I did talk about it earlier, is because there's gaps. If you guys see the gaps in here, it's a little gap in there. The reason is that the deformity of the metal, when it was, I guess, imprinted or cut out, it was not 100%, and it doesn't line up 100%. But if you notice here, I did do a line up here in between here. You see that? I kind of put the pole in here. Let me see if I can lift it up. Yeah, I was able to lift it. See, it goes across. So I was able to make sure that everything I put in here everything I put in here is able to go on the other side, so it has to be lined up, and I was able to line it up. I was able to set it up, and it worked out pretty well. So in fact, make sure you have a balancing board or something to make sure that you align it up and make sure it's center. So, and this could go anywhere. Like I said, I have a magnet. You can put magnetized tools here if you have any. Really sturdy. I like it. It seems like it's pretty strong. So far so good. I like it. And if you guys like what you guys see, subscribe to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and we are out.